Hi guys, super short video. Meet Jog Michael, who messaged me, and this is a special little scammer who didn't know, and I quote, how to find a celebrity that's alive. So, hello fan, he messaged me last night. I said, who is this please? Because I'm kind of done with the whole dead celebrity thing. Are you not a fan of mine? Came the incredulous response. He doesn't want to actually say his name because you can then report that. I said, of course I'm a fan of the dead, George, but who are you? Funny how deceased people still use Messenger and Facebook. Who knew, huh? To which I got the following response. Deceased? Of course, that's what you heard of the media, said my definitely British dead singer. To which I just went, you're seriously going with that route when the funeral was televised and the entire world watched it? I think you need to see a doctor for your delusions, and sent him the screenshot of when George had died, circled it and put a little laughing emoji. I said, my guess is you didn't know he was dead when you made this profile and now you're scrambling. No true fan of George will ever believe he has risen from the dead. Are you insane? Then I continued, he's been dead for nearly a decade, Muggle, so who are you really? And tell me the truth or you get nothing. Because I wanted to end it. I had no desire to continue this one. So he came back with, can't somebody not die and still be alive? Absolutely shocked and horrified that the person he wanted to imitate was dead. To which I just said, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You're scamming and you're using a dead celebrity to do it. That's why you have no clients. Wow. And all true fans know he's dead. I watched the funeral live when it happened. Do you know that he was gay also? Left behind a husband. Yeah, I know it was only a boyfriend. I said, bet you don't. You muggles can't fool real fans. That's why you've made no remittance. Dropping a few keywords in there. I beg, tell me, the one very alive. Tell me more, I beg, said my teenage scammer, who didn't know how to utilize Google. All he had to do was type in a singer that is still alive, but okay. So, he's begging me for that. I said, I'm not helping you scam, work it out yourself. You lie online and try and steal money. Are you in WhatsApp? He said. I said, not for you, I'm not. Olga, we go share funds, or? Trying to lure me to become his partner. And I'm just curious as to how many times this actually works. I wonder if there are regular people out there who then go, oh, yeah, all right, maybe I can make some money. I hope there isn't, but I've got a horrible feeling that there potentially is. So in response to, Olga, we do share funds, or? I said, I don't scam. I have a real job, unlike you. How do you know about Muggle? Said my scammer, who decided to read back. I said, everyone does. Laugh me nah, he says, telling me that he is not at all amused. To which I said, we know all your code words, all of it. It's all over the news. I'm sorry if I said any word that upset you, said my scammer, who was definitely about 12. I said, you haven't upset me. I just don't like scammers. You make the internet unsafe. I need a celebrity that's alive. I need clients. He appeals again to my better nature. I said, especially older, more vulnerable people. We'd cross-posted. Nah, condition nor be our fault. So another one of, it's not my fault that I have to scam. I said, that sounds like a you problem, in response to, I need a celebrity that's alive, I need clients. And in response to it not being his fault, I said, that's bullshit and you know it. You do it for clout. There are many ways to make money instead of stealing. Your mother would be so ashamed. But that didn't trigger him the way I was hoping. I'm asking of your help now. That's the least you can do for me, because I am under moral obligation to help him. So I said, I know she's a decent woman, and look at the son she has. Excuse me? Having read, that's the least you can do for me. I said, the least I can do? I am not obligated to help you at all. Who do you think you are? I was very, very offended. To which he just goes, dig on, nah, laughing. I did put it into Google Translate and it doesn't really come up with anything that makes sense. So I said, I don't speak pidgin because I'm not a thief like you. At which point he's vanished for a sec. He hasn't come back. I've no doubt he will. This is the account. Apparently 12 following and 126k followers, which he doesn't. He's only got 2. Both of them are scam profiles. So, I know it's very, very short, but I thought it would be a little bit of fun just to show you the next generation of scammers and how dumb they are. And I'll just throw in a quick M&M. This one was really short. It's nice meeting you, said my M&M private chat. I said, who are you pretending to be then? M&M? To which I got probably the best response I've ever gotten. Nah, I'm just the real Slim. Ain't no pretending. I'm the real deal. Spittin' bars. To which I put in a laughing emoji. Sorry, my throat. Where are you from? He continues after dropping that little gem on me. To which I went, oh my God, that is terrible. Do you actually think you sound American? Wow, you're all deluded. At which point, he didn't block me. He never saw that. I think the account was taken down, so I couldn't continue it. But I just love that. Nah, I'm just the real Slim. Ain't no pretending. I'm the real deal. Spittin' bars. That just tickled me. And then I had Ian Moss yesterday. We haven't had many Mossies. He is a band member of Jimmy Barnes, which a lot of, my viewers are now quite familiar with, the Aussie rocker Jimmy Barnes. So Ian Moss was his guitarist and co-vocalist in the band called Chisel. Hello, dear fan. Thank you for your incredible love and care for my dream. Yes, because my whole life is predicated around Ian Moss's dream. I really appreciate it a lot. This is my private account, different from my official account. I hope to use this private account too. And then he just cut it off because his copy-paste skills are shit. To which I responded, 39 million followers, because that's what his account said he had. Ian Moss doesn't even have that many. I don't think he even has 1 million followers in real life. He's very little known except in Australia. I continued. I was wondering how fast before another Mughal messages me after the comment I made. You all fall for it too easy and use ridiculous profiles. Because I'd made a comment on the real Ian Moss's profile saying, come on scammers, hit me up. But they don't actually read it properly. And in response to his ridiculous opening, I said, plus you cut off the sentence when you copy-pasted your format, silly little man-child. Hey! And because he didn't get back to me, I said, no time for sleep. You're pretending to be an Aussie, remember? You can't sleep now, even though it's after midnight where you are. Stay in character, dude. How else will you get clients? To which I got this response. I know you are surprised to see my message, but I'm just making a research when I come across your page and I decided to say hi. Definitely not Aussie. To which I said, no, I'm not surprised. The only thing that does surprise me is your own deluded belief that you could ever sound like an Aussie. Shaking my head. To which he says, my dear, they understand what you are talking about? Definitely Aussie. To which I said, you already copy-pasted that. You're clearly deluded and in need of a doctor. Are they? Oh my God, your English is atrocious. Are you the type of person who gets angry easily? My scammer asks. I want to know more and more about you. Hopefully we can make our friendship from the base of our inbox and make it out in reality if God really wants that to happen. I'm sorry. As an Aussie, I just get tickled pink when they're trying to be Aussie. I go, you're a potato, little Mughal. Your formats are old and amateurish. Where are you from? He finally reads. To which I said, same place Ian is from, seeing as he isn't famous anywhere else, Mughal, because this guy had no idea Ian Moss was Aussie. That triggered him. Please, can you get out from my phone? You don't know how to approach person, snarled my scammer, because yes, I'm the one with the bad manners. And bang, blocked me. I thought there was more. So yeah, oh wow, what a day. And lastly, I want you to meet Brandon Coleman, RCS. Now, that's obviously not a picture of the real Brandon Coleman. I don't remember who he was pretending to be. I don't think it was Brandon Coleman when he hit me up. I reach out to you personally. I sometimes need some sort of escape from my busy schedule to clearly my head up time to time and to talk about another thing outside there. And also reach out to you personally because of those journalists and imposter peoples outside there who are pretending to be like someone who they are not. I hope you are not a journalist. Sorry. It's just as funny this time around. So I put in a laughing emoji. I said, go away, Muggle, you're ridiculous. Your format is old, get a real job. Because I just couldn't be bothered at the time. I wasn't expecting a response. This is my job, he quite cheerfully puts in with a laughing emoji. I said, to scam? I know, and you're bad at it. You've also messaged me before under a different name. You just forgot. You Muggles are unsuccessful and ludicrous, and we laugh at you all. So obviously I didn't have to accept the chat request this time around either. Stop calling me that! Will you help me? Said my triggered yet hopeful scammer. I said, and you don't have the guts to have a normal account. Shows how scared you are to show your true accent, which we both know is not American. And in response to, will you help me? I said, why would I help a scammer? You're lying for a living. And in response to stop calling me that, which I'm assuming is either scammer or Muggle, I said, what, Muggle? Why? That's what you all call us. You know, quid pro quo. To which I got the following response. I promise if you help me, I will never be that again. Someone confused me to do that and he threatened me. Which we know damn well this is not true in this case. I said, that's bullshit. You're proud of being a scammer. No, I'm not. I said, look at you, not even brave enough to have an account that you can call with, because it was a business chat. And in response to, no, I'm not, I said, yes, you are. Look at the dumb message you sent me. Pathetic. I'm not. I said, go away. So I showed him again where he said, I reach out to you personally. I sometimes need some sort of escape, and just put in a frowny face. I said, you're a moron. Will you give me a chance, please? Forget me. He wanted to write, forgive me, and the Freudian slip was, please forget me, and I purposefully understood it verbatim. So I said, no, you don't even have the decency of calling. Instead, you message me under a different fake account, begging, again, get a real job. And in response to, will you give me a chance, please forget me, I said, gladly, you've forgotten and out of my head already. At which point, he restricted me. I don't remember if I did this one already. I may have, so I'm going to do it anyway so I can end this video. Meet Kerber McDaniel. Hi, he said. I said, yes, can I help you with something? How are you, dear? I said, fine. Who are you, please? And why have you messaged me? So sorry, ma'am. I just wanted to make friends. That, if you don't mind, my name is Emmanuel. I said, then who is Kerber McDaniel? That's my Facebook name. What's your name, dear? I said, no, that's a fake name you're using. There is no such thing as a Facebook name. Yes, I know there is. Unless it's a nickname and yours is a full name. And in response to, what is your name, dear? I said, it's on my profile. Unlike some, I don't lie online. Yeah, it's my nickname, said Kerber McDaniel. I said, your nickname is Kerber McDaniel? How is that? Sounds like a load of bullshit to me unless this account is used for hustling. That my nickname. I said, where are you claiming to be from? Nigeria and you, he said. I said, I'm in Australia, so you're Nigerian using the name Kerber McDaniel online, but you're not hustling, correct? Why all the Illuminati stuff? Because his profile had pictures of the Illuminati. Yeah, came his response. I said, so I take it that you're about 21 years old. Are you married, ma'am? Note how he skipped all the relevant questions. I said, no adult would ever expect anyone to think that name is a nickname. It beggars belief. And yes, I'm married, happily. Yeah, I am 21, he says. I said, thought so. Good luck finding a client. Oops, I mean a friend. Have a nice evening. Goodbye. I am not like that, ma'am. I said, irrelevant. I'm married. Why does everybody think people that come from Nigerians are all scam, which is not true? Which might be true, right? And this brings to the point that I made in my previous video about genuine people from Nigeria wanting to genuinely connect with other people or find love. Can't do that because the scammers have just ruined it, and it's such a shame. So I wasn't going to outright, accuse him immediately, but in this scenario, I told him I was married. So my response to that was goodbye, because, why does everyone think that Nigerians are scammers? It's a shame. So I responded with, because most people who message random people online using a fake name are hustling. And that's because I know it's not just Nigeria. Like I said earlier, I just want to be friends at all, said what I think is definitely a scammer. I said, you have no business hitting up grown foreign women at your age. And you didn't say that, and I'm not friends with children. Thanks anyway. Oops, I did say that. Oops, you did say that. Still, have a nice evening and make local friends. Show me revealing myself as a Nigerian. That doesn't mean I'm a scammer. It shows my sincerity to you, he said. I said, no, it's your age and how you reached out. And that is 100% true. He was 21 years old. I'm not going to engage. I said, I have several Nigerian friends here, but they don't do what you do. Not at 21 years old. Okay, I've definitely done this because there was an audio call where I sent him a Cape Blanchett. Okay, my apologies, everyone. This is me. I'm not a scammer and I don't do stuffs like that. Trust. I said, okay, well, I need to get ready for work. Have a nice night. My husband is calling me downstairs. All right, stay safe out there. Hope we talk better when you're back. How's work been going so far with you? I said, I can't message during work. You message literally 3 hours later like some weirdo. It's fine. Just wanted to know how you've been doing over there. Hoping you're safe. Hello. Which I haven't responded. I am so sorry. I did do this one. I didn't respond because people who just want to be friends at age 21 with married foreign women overseas, that's not a thing. So let me try and find a short one that I haven't done. Ah, yes, meet Tony Harvey. Apparently PCH, which I don't think operates in Australia anyway. Congratulations! It looks like you've been selected for a prize. To verify and claim your reward, please visit the official PCH website. Make sure to follow the secure steps to confirm your winnings. Remember, only visit trusted and official links to ensure your safety. Don't miss out. Check it out now, he says, sending me an untrustworthy link. To which I just wrote, scam alert, because I know these are sent out en masse. I didn't think he'd see it. Subject, congratulations, your PCH prize is waiting. Dear Juliana, we hope this message finds you well. We're excited to share that you've been selected for a special prize giveaway through Publishers Clearinghouse, a trusted and legitimate organisation that rewards its winners daily. Rest assured, this is not a scam. PCH has been operating for decades and has awarded millions of dollars to winners just like you. To claim your prize, simply follow the link we sent earlier. Once you click on it, you'll be guided through the easy process of signing in and confirming your details to claim your reward. Additionally, for added security, please use the verification code of 93077 to ensure your prize is securely processed. We understand that receiving unexpected messages can raise questions, but we want to assure you that this is 100% legitimate. We're here to congratulate you, not to trick or deceive you. PCH is known for their daily giveaways, and you could be one lucky winner. I thought I already had one. Don't miss out. Click on this link now, which I'm never going to click on, and take the next step toward claiming your prize. We're excited to see you join the list of PCH winners. Thank you and congratulations again. Best regards, Publishers Clearinghouse. And then, in case I forgot, he sent another link. To which I put in a warning, this person is a scammer. I said, that's strange, given I'm not American and PCH is only American. But you wouldn't know that, not being American yourself. Get a real job. Have fun losing your profile. At which point he obviously blocked me. Unfortunately, I started to follow PCH and I received these and they don't really go anywhere, which is why I didn't continue with it. And I actually do think that they're botted. So it's an automatic message that just gets sent out. And we'll finish up with Facebook user formerly known as Hugh Jackman. Hello, I've seen a quite handful of your comment on my post uploaded on my personal page. Say it with me, guys. So I decided to create a more private page to appreciate those people whose comments and good wishes encourages me, and I hope to bring you guys more. Thanks a lot. I feel so honored and blessed to have an amazing fan like you send me a direct message so that we can have a good conversation. To which I said, why can't just one of you guys ever write something original? Do you all just share the script around? Is that how it works? We know it is. Is there a problem with the writing? Have you seen it somewhere? Said my instantly on the alert scammer. I said, you're using the same format. It's getting boring. If you paid money for it, you were ripped off. To which I got this response. Wow, you really are something else. Because I didn't fall over myself gushing. I said, so are you, Mr. Muggle? The audacity to try and pass yourself off as an Aussie is outrageous. That's not it, he said in response to so are you, Mr. Muggle. I said, yeah, but it is, really. Okay, just what you are spilling now is not making any sense. Yeah, because I'm the nonsensical one. I said, you're no more Aussie than I am Nigerian. And because you can't speak English, I wrote in plain Australian. Not my fault you don't know it. Is there any problem with my English? Yes, there is. I said, maybe not pretend to be an Aussie if you can't speak the language. Pick a different celebrity. You're out of your league, Omo. Wow, so told you I can't speak Australian. Yes, because it's a completely different language. I said, and learn how Aussie names work as well. I think he had his name as Jackman Hugh or something. And then in response to, wow, so told you I can't speak Australian, I said, yikes. That's even worse. To which he sent laughing emojis. I said, you're really just putting words together and hoping they'll make sense, aren't you? Where are you from? Said my idiot scammer who didn't realise of all the hints I've dropped. I said, Australia, same as Hugh Jackman. Ho, he said a couple of days later. Hello. I said, okay. How are you doing? He said. But before I had a chance to respond, the account was taken down. And we'll finish off with Parker McCollum, which I did a reverse image search, so I knew, obviously, fake account. Hello, Juliana. I tried sending you a request, but it's not going through, which obviously he didn't try to send a request. How are you doing? When I didn't respond in a couple of hours. To which I just sent a catfish, because you guys know I don't do romance scams very well. Where are you from? He said, completely ignoring my catfish. So I sent a scam alert. I said, I'm from Ankh-Morpork in Genua, which, obviously is a Terry Pratchett place. To which he says, bye, having realised, finally, that I was onto him. I said, get a real job, little one. Bye. Fuck off my DM, my incensed scammer says. I said, you messaged me several times, Mr. Muggle. You fuck off and eat shit. To which he said, I said, bye. You're an odoit. To which I went, do your pathetic attempt at a romance hustle somewhere else, little boy. Jog on. And you can't speak English, apparently, to being called an odoit. So there you go. I'll leave it now. Sorry about the double recording of the same one. I just thought that George Michael was a bit of fun. So there you go. Bit of nonsense first thing in the morning before work. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Love you guys. Bye.